Yeah, that last game was a tough one. I give Black Hills a lot of credit. They played well, and they were really tough to stop inside. And they knocked down a free throw there at the end to get the 1-point lead, and we had a shot just a little bit late, as everybody knows. So that was a tough one. Sometimes you'd rather lose by 20 and not have to deal with that. But I give them a lot of credit. They played really well to come in and win on someone else's court. You have to be really good, and I think they have a chance to win it all. They play Minnesota Duluth coming up tomorrow, and so that'd be a fun game to watch. Pulling for the South Central region, and hopefully they can really represent our region, because I think our region was really tough this year. I think there were some really good teams, in Fort Lewis, us, Angelo, Colorado Mines, and some others. But it was a really, really good year for us. We came on, we finished strong. Really proud of Julius Brown, the career that he had here, the 2 seasons. He was a great player for us and just a great young man. Same with Damian Thornton. The only thing is he only had 1 year for us, and would like to have those guys for another couple of years. But those are our 2 seniors. We've got 11 players coming back. As of right now, we'll find out. In this day and age, some players move on, some players will stay. So we'll have to figure that out, and then we'll have to get out on the recruiting trail and try to rebuild, because it's really tough. This league is really tough, and if you look at a team like St. Ed's, who had 20 wins but didn't get in the regional, and they had a couple missteps here and there, but they had a really good team and couldn't even get in the regional. So to get in the regional again like we did, to play in a Sweet 16 again was really special for our guys. Didn't end how we wanted it to, but to win the conference tournament again, to win the Lone Star Conference outright was it was a great year for our guys, and really proud of our team.
Can I ask, I'm curious, the other day I saw something on the social media sites that said there were 1,071 players in Division I and II in the transfer portal, but they had way more than they've ever had before. So what would you say to that, and what does that mean, or what is it reference, or is it just the way it is?
I think it's a really good question, and I think the NCAA is watching that. It's something that it's year by year, and that's what it is. In years past, when I first got here 9 years ago, we tried to build the program up, and I can remember trying to, we had 3 seniors and a walk-on freshman, and that was the team that we had. And then you had to try to put that team together. And so I knew I had the 3 seniors. I didn't want any more seniors. We're going to graduate. We're going to lose Tez, Miles, and Antoine. But I tried to get players in the junior class, the sophomore class, and the freshman class to kind of balance it out, because guys just didn't bounce around as much as they do now. And so, and I told our guys this too, it's year by year now. And it really is. And if a guy wants to leave, that's their choice. We'd like to have everybody come back, and we'd like to have them go through our program and graduate here from WT. But once you're at WT, if you do decide to leave, we're going to wish them the best. And you said 1,700 are in the portal. I can believe it. I haven't been checking it daily. Coach Gove, Coach Chavlovic really pay attention to that a little bit more, and it's really hard to sift through, because a lot of those guys, I think, this is just me personally, I think they think maybe they should go to a little bit higher level than they're capable. And so you have to kind of find those guys in the portal that want to be at your school, just like a freshman or any transfer, guys that want to be at your school and guys that can help your program. And we had a lot of those players on our team this year. I think we've got some really good kids coming back. I hope they all come back. But again, it's year by year, and players can do whatever they want.
In terms of, you look at the state of the recruiting class that you got going on right now, what do you like about the guys you have committed, and where do you think you want to maybe add another piece or so?
Sure, that's a good question. We have 1 player committed right now, in Harry Evans, and he's a big kid from Australia. He's actually going to come over and play on a tour here in April, and so we'll get out and watch him live a little bit, and hopefully he's improving. He's young for his grade, and so he's a pretty young kid, so it's going to take him a little time to develop, but I'm really excited about Harry. And we've got a couple others that we're talking to that just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So if you guys are watching, let's get it done. But it's, there's some kids out there that there's some really good players out there right now that we're looking at, that we're interested in, and now you got to get, hopefully they're interested in you. But it's always fun kind of forming your team and getting that figured out. You don't always get everybody that you want, but when you do get some of the players that you want, you have a great season. And that's what we had this year. We had great kids. Even if we were 500, if we were 16-16 this year, it would have been an enjoyable season, whether you believe me or not, because of the players. And we had some great young men on our team and guys that hopefully will now step up and play a little bit bigger role, like a Julius, like a Damian, and hopefully guys like Larry Wise. Who knows? Larry might come back, he might not. And that's everybody. You just never know. Maybe somebody's homesick, they want to get home. And so you always have to be prepared, and you have to have guys. But again, we only have so many scholarships, only so many spots. There's a lot of players that I have to tell no to as well. And it's a comfortable number. 13 to 15 players is a comfortable number for us to have on our team. And right now we're at 11. With Harry, we're at 12. So we only really need 1 or 2 more right now.
Considering, the success that you guys have had, and you kind of mentioned you sometimes have to tell guys no.
Yeah.
With that success, do you feel like it's been easier to get guys like Damian Thornton to come to the program and build off that success?
I think that's a really good question as well. I think Damian came here because of the success that we've had. He's a guy that has a chance to play professionally. It's got to be the right fit for him and for that team, obviously. But he's got some intangibles that you just don't find. He's very, very fast. He can handle the ball. He can shoot it. He was 4 for 4 in that regional championship game, and he played 29 points. He had a great game, and it's something that I think we can get some players like that. But it's also, you've got to get guys that are able to set screens, that are able to cut and to move and can knock down shots. And it's kind of the whole package that you have to have. And so, yes, but to answer your question, I think that with the reputation that we had, I think we've been to 5 of the last 6 Sweet 16s. 5 of the last 6 Sweet 16s we've played in. And last year we didn't play in the Sweet 16. We made it to the second round. And so we've been to the second round the last 6 years in a row, which is quite an accomplishment for the guys that have played in the program and for the guys that are on the team right now. And hopefully the guys that are on the team right now want to continue that, get back to an Elite Eight, and make a push to win a national title. Because that's the goal. And the goal is to get that Elite Eight, win 3 games, and hopefully bring home a men's national title for WT one day.
You mentioned, 5 out of the last 6 Sweet 16s. That you are losing Julius and Damian, but you still have a lot of guys coming back who have Sweet 16 experience. What's it going to take to get back there?
Yeah, no question about it. What it's going to take is guys like a Brock Mishak, Ahmed Mohammed, Nicholas Jett, our 3 freshmen, to really have big summers, to put on a little weight, not donut weight, but get in the weight room weight, and guys that, because you can just see it's a physical game, and Ahmed's not the biggest guy in the world, but he is tough. Brock Mishak is a very smart player, can really shoot it. Nicholas Jett's right there. He's just got to get after it a little bit in the summertime. He's got to really work on some ball handling. He's got to be able to play multiple positions for us. But, those guys coming back along with Harry, the younger guys, those guys are so important. But then it's the upper guys. It's Zach Tucson, who's been here in the program, Cameron Bell. Those guys really having big summers as well. And then again, adding a couple pieces. We've got to have a difference maker coming in. And that's our job to find that player. But we need someone that can come in and be a difference maker, whether it's offensively or defensively, or hopefully you get that special player, and it's both. They can play both ends of the court.